just sort of talk us through your decision to leave Glamorgan. Why has that happened, and why are you moving back to Kent?
Yeah, we've just had another baby. We've got two young kids, and I just didn't feel it was right for me and the club. I wouldn't be able to give my absolute all to Glamorgan, and I'd be constantly sort of back on the road all the time. There's not fair on family and even myself to a certain degree, being able to not maybe put in the performances which I would like. So and that's why I want the best. I want to try and give myself to the club I'm with at the time. Wasn't sure I was able to do that with a young family, and so it was a really tough decision. And one it took a long time to make, but ultimately that's the reason.
Let's start right back to 2022 when you first signed for the club. Before it all happened, first of all, how did it end up happening? Why did you choose to come to Glamorgan, and how did it all go over the line?
Yeah, I mean, it was a few good, honest conversations with Wally and Matt Maynard, and just really sort of got that feeling that the club was going forward at that time, that family feel, wanted to come, and always played against Glamorgan and thinking it was just a fantastic club, and this venue in particular as well, and being around here, that attracted me to the club. And so I thought, this is the right place to be at that time, and without a doubt found my passion for playing cricket back and enjoyed the love of it, and I've had sort of 4 great years here. But yeah, those early conversations with Wally and Matt really made the difference.
So in your 4 years here, you have the 2 highest list A scores. The highest list A score and 2 highest first class score. I know you don't play for the records, but how proud are you of these 3 achievements here?
Yeah, very proud. I mean, they've been some great memories here, and those in particular. Yeah, I mean, they stand out in my career, not alone just here. I mean, they've just been great memories, and being able to share them with the guys and being able to, win those games and go on and win the 50 over as well, which was a huge success last year. But I think we've really sort of made grounds and steps since I'm in here. I've seen the club, seen guys coming through, and what the future looks like. So, those memories will be always etched into my brain forever.
So you obviously were handed the captaincy just before the last seasons. You had captaincy at Kent. You had a leadership role in Hampshire as well. But what did it mean for you to captain Glamorgan here at Sophia Gardens? Yeah,
it's a huge privilege and a huge honour to captain a club of Glamorgan's stature. So, I believe that we're doing a good job, and that we need to 100% finish off what's been a good year so far, and to get promoted into either Div 1 or whatever Conference B or C it ends up being. But look, I think we've had a good year, and that's, I don't really want this to take the focus off of what's actually a big month. And like with anything, like overseas players come and go, and we make sure that they're here and they come through and finish off the season well. And that's 100% my aim, is to make sure that we achieve something pretty spectacular this year. We're going to try and chase down Leicester. That's going to be the #1 goal. We've got to finish strong, and we're playing some really good cricket in this format. So that's the main aim right now, and obviously being captain of that, and that being a privilege and an absolute honour. And so that's going to be my role. I've got to make sure that we perform the last month of the season.
In your time here, especially the last couple of years, you've seen this development of young Welsh talent into the first team squad, especially Ben Kellaway, Alex Houghton, and then Asa Triben and Ned Leonard as well. As you leave the club, where do you think Glamorgan is in the next 3, 4, 5 years down the line?
Yeah, it's hard to say that at the moment, but I think what we've done really well is we've got that balance between youth and experience. Well, and when you blend those two together and it hits the right note, you can achieve something special. And Asa and Kellers and the likes have come in and really performed. And that's a credit to the coaches in the academy, and in terms of getting these guys through. But I don't want to forget people like Cookie and Tim and James Harris bowled really well. And Colin, the last 2 years, just been exceptional. An absolute stalwart of the game, and has really gone to another levels. And he sort of carries that, and allows guys to be able to come in and play their natural games. So everyone sort of played their part this season, and it's a nice family here. So when the youngsters come into the side, you like to feel that they feel nice and secure and confident in their own skin. And I think we've done that pretty well this year.
You mentioned the 3, 4 big names here, the senior figures here like Tim, Colin, Chris. How important have they been, not just to the club, but also to you in your 4 years here in the leadership group as well as a batter?
It's been huge, more just for friendship basis and actually enjoying cricket, and there's one thing being able to perform, and there's the performance side of playing, and then there's the friendships which you make on and off the field, and that's what I'm going to miss probably the most, is actually coming in every day, and the camaraderie in this group has just been exceptional. And you say all those moments and those highlights, and actually batting for that long period of time with Cookie at Leicester, when that was such a powerful moment. To have Cookie there sort of with me just makes it even more special. So look, there's a nice sort of senior group of guys who I've really enjoyed being around, and now the youngsters are obviously coming in and adding some fresh sort of flavour to the group. But that's been the most enjoyable thing, is really having those guys, and to lean on the pitch, obviously from a tactical perspective, but actually having that camaraderie has been really important.
Just 3 games to go in the county championship. We are at the prime position with Leicestershire to go up. What did it mean to you to captain this team to a promotion for the first time in 20 years?
Yeah, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. I remember after the first 4 games, I was thinking, God, I'm not quite sure where we're going. And you sort of start thinking, obviously the ambition at the start of the year is to win the championship, or Div 2. And then it's not quite going well, but we got to stick to our guns and make sure that we were playing the cricket which we wanted to. And we're backing the guys we felt that who deserved to be in the team, and we made sure we backed them. And we ended up, and the performances came. So that's still the aim. That's still the ambition, is to finish off. What we set out right at the beginning of the season is to play with a certain style, but ultimately is to try and win the championship. If not do that, we'll get promoted.
As you leave the club, as you leave Sophia Gardens in Wales, what is the one thing or a few things which you would miss the most about your life in South Wales?
Oh God, I'm going to leave some great people behind. I've absolutely loved my time here. As I said, it's a family. So the club's going forward, it's really progressing. And look, I don't really want to look too much to the future yet, because we've still got a big month, and that's got to be the focus. It really does. And I'd like to sit in that change room at the end and celebrate with a few beers with the guys, and then I can probably think about the future and moving back to Kent. But at the moment, I'm gonna try and get my head down and make sure all the guys are right, all the guys are in the good place, and we'll attack this last 3 games.
Yeah, Richard Dawson has obviously extended his deal for a further 3 years. Now, you have worked with him from the England Lions days a few years back to at Glamorgan this year. What will you say about him, and why do you think he's the good appointment for Glamorgan here?
Yeah, well, he's an excellent appointment. He's just been fantastic this year. And I think what shows him as such a great coach is after those first 4 games, he managed to turn everything around, and he got to know the group really quickly, understands what everyone needs, and has managed to put a plan in place to make sure that we were able to perform. So he's what a great appointment. He's a fantastic coach. I've got to know him as a sort of on a personal level as well, working with him closely from a captaincy point of view. So he's brilliant tactically, and he'll be great for Glamorgan.
And what is your message for the Glamorgan fans who've been with you through thick and thin for the last 4 years?
Oh, thank you, really. Just thanks to everyone for making my time here so special. And it's, I didn't realise how special club is until I came here and managed to spend time here, spend time in the city, and always have a warm welcome. And the 50 over success last year was great to be able to achieve that with the fans, and those those sort of knocks and those memories, and the amount of Glamorgan followers at Lords when got the 300 was exceptional as well, and the amount of people who come up to me and tell me that I was there, and it felt like it. There was a lot of Glamorgan support, and they follow us around. So it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad when that last day happens, but we still got a little bit of time to hopefully enjoy and celebrate. Well, I'll also just try and get it all in and make sure we finish on a high.
Grace Road 2022, Trent Bridge 24 with the one-day cup win, and Lords 24. Where would you rank your best Glamorgan performance?
Well, my best Glamorgan performance was probably the 400. Yeah. But, getting the sort of top score at Lords and then winning the 50 over, they're all right up there for me in my career. So as I said, it's been such an enjoyable 4 years. Pretty much from word go, I've enjoyed it, and it's going to be sad to leave, but hopefully we can celebrate one more time right at the end of this year.